what is the value of an SIU Automotive 4-year degree? Well, SIU Automotive, it's a very unique 4-year automotive technology degree that allows students to go into a wide variety of career fields. Bogdan or Anna, anything that you would like to expand upon? What's the value? What value did you see in pursuing your education with a 4-year degree?
For myself, when I arrived here, this degree had showed me how many opportunities I have are out there in terms of working for the big 3 manufacturers, Ford, GM, Stellantis, and then also Navistar as well, and currently Rivian as well, the startup electric truck maker. So there's quite a few jobs out there.
Okay, so some unique career opportunities with some of the major manufacturers. And Anna, what sort of enticed you to maybe start here at SIU and continue your education?
My high school teacher had come here, and based on what he was doing, I wanted to be going to teaching, and I just wanted to follow in his steps, so that's why I transferred here.
Okay, excellent, excellent. And so yes, SIU Automotive, a very unique 4-year automotive degree. It allows individuals to find numerous opportunities with the major automotive truck manufacturers. You'll also find opportunities with equipment manufacturers. You'll also see suppliers, major suppliers, such as Ally Financial, Robert Bosch Corporation, Cummins Diesel Engines. So a large variety of different jobs. Then, as Anna mentioned, have a passion for teaching. If you enjoy talking about technology, cars, and trucks, teaching possibly a great career field to look at as well, too. There's a large demand for high school and college automotive instructors out there. And so some of the questions that came in earlier, we had a question that came in, and actually our most popular question was about our classes. Some of them were focusing on what are classes like right now for you in class. What are you doing in classes?
I am currently in steering, suspension, and brakes class, and we're learning all about alignments, brakes, and it's quite a fun class. It's really hands-on, and you get more in depth into each of the aspects of alignment and brakes.
Okay, what's happening while COVID is going on? Because some of the questions about classes were like, what's happening with classes now that with the COVID season happening?
Classes are still going on as well. We do maintain social distance, wear masks at all times. So to me, nothing really has changed from previous semesters.
Okay. And then Anna, transferring from classes that you had at community college, automotive classes, to now automotive classes here at SIU. What's happening in those?
I don't really know what it was like before COVID happened here, so just starting last semester, we just kept small groups. For my technical courses, we were just in small groups, so I would only work with one person during the lab time. And then right now, I'm not really in any like hands-on technical classes, but in like my communications class, there's only like 7 people in it, so it's pretty easy to keep distance and be safe.
So some small class sizes. Do you think that helps with the students' learning?
Yes, it does. It allows each student to sort of learn at their own pace as well. Okay. So you're not really waiting on the lab partner to do his work. You can work at your own pace a little bit more.
Yeah, so you'll find that our technical classes, for transfer students, you're coming in, if you're coming in with an associate degree, you're primarily going to be starting in some of our advanced technical classes. Those classes, our technical classes, we close those classes at approximately 15 students. They may get up to around 20 students. And then as Anna mentioned, she's in an automotive communications class. We have automotive data management systems classes, fixed operations management, parts management, warranty administration, which are more your business management, automotive business management types of courses. In those classes, we may have over 20 students in those particular classes, but just because of COVID, we're trying to keep those classes as well, even a little bit smaller than what we normally have had. And so small class sizes, because your time with us, it's very important for your learning, and we know that. And so here at SIU, you'll get to know your instructors. Our instructors will get to know you on a personal level as well. We talked earlier about careers and some of the different companies that are looking at recruiting SIU automotive graduates. But what are some of the things? You mentioned some of the companies, but what are some of the career opportunities? What would you maybe be doing for a job with some of these companies? Anybody want to sort of expand on that a little bit?
Well, for myself currently, I know this summer I will actually be an intern with Rivian as part of their service engineering program, and my role there will be validation of service procedures and escalating issues that may come up. So it's technical, but also on the business side as well, I would say.
Okay. And so really, if you think about the job of an automotive technician, someone that's in the shop working with tools, following procedures, if you think behind the scenes with each of these particular companies, somebody has to develop all of that service information. Somebody has to develop the diagnostic procedures. Somebody has to say, this is a good reading or measurement, this is a bad reading or measurement. It's also helping support the dealerships. It's helping support the manufacturer in a wide variety of different options. And so it's everything from a major manufacturer like Toyota, General Motors, to maybe even a small startup like Bogdan mentioned, Rivian, a new startup electric vehicle manufacturer. And then anything else, Anna, on maybe some of the different types of jobs? You talked about teaching earlier on that. Any other types of jobs that you see that this degree can open up for you?
Since I've been here, I found out about the technical trainer job, and that's something I'd really be interested in based on, it's basically like teaching, but in a different, not for like high school or college. And I got an internship also with Southeast Toyota for this summer, and my manager, he's the technical trainer, so I can kind of learn what's he doing and see if that's something I would want to do in the future.
Oh, great. So this summer you're going to be in Jacksonville, Florida with
Yep.
Southeast Toyota, which is one of the largest distributorships of Toyota vehicles. And yeah, as we talked about teaching, you also have curriculum development, technical trainers working for the vehicle manufacturers as well, too. We had another set of questions come in, and they were sort of more focused around the application process, that if SIU Automotive is something that you're interested in, how do you go about starting the application process? And to start with, if you go to the university's main website, siu.edu, at the very top of the page, you'll see a link. It says Apply Now. And that's where you can start your application process. Another question sort of related around those that has come in as well, when should I start my application process? And I'll probably just drop that off to both of you. When did you guys look at first applying to SIU?
I applied in, I believe if I remember correctly, in January of 2019.
Okay, so it was approximately a couple of semesters ahead of time
Yes.
for you. Okay, and then Anna, when did you start your application process?
I think I applied in September. Like a whole year before I was planning on attending here.
Okay, yeah. So yet we do recommend SIU Automotive. We are a competitive admissions program, meaning that we typically have more students wanting in to receive our training than what we can actually accept. And so because of that, we do recommend students start your application process approximately a year ahead of time. That's going to allow you time to get your transcripts sent, any other paperwork that might be necessary, things like that. But also we go through and we review each of the applicants and select applicants to then start into our program. We've also had a couple other questions sort of that have come in here. We'll start with this one here, is how do I transfer my courses? So students are at a community college. How did you go about, what do you need to do to transfer your courses from your community college to SIU?
I met with the advisor at my community college multiple times just to make sure that the classes I was taking was going to transfer here, because I had planned on transferring here from the beginning. And it was pretty easy to navigate what classes transfer and what doesn't transfer for the same credits at SIU.
Okay. And Bogdan?
I went through a similar process, my community college actually had a list of courses that would transfer to SIU as well. So that's how I tailored my schedule at community college to ensure that all my credits will transfer.
Okay, all right. And yes, at your community college, you'll have a transcript office, and you can just go to the transcript office. It may also be online, and you just want to tell them that, hey, I'm going to be applying to Southern Illinois University Carbondale, and I would like to have my transcripts, my most recent transcripts, sent to SIU. And that will start also the evaluation process on those courses that you've taken. Another question that has come in as well, too, is what is the capstone option? Those of you that are graduating from a community college with a 2-year Associate of Applied Sciences degree, such as an AAS degree in automotive technology, and you're looking at transferring to SIU, one of the pieces that we provide to help transfer students, because you've already proven yourself successful at the community college and coming to SIU, is we have a piece that's called the capstone option. What the capstone option is transferring in your AAS degree, and if you can bring in roughly 4 or 5 of your general education classes that transfer in as well too, SIU through the capstone option will look at your GPA, how have you been performing, and for students that qualify for the capstone option, we will actually reduce the number of general education classes that you need to take. So instead of needing 2 humanities courses for your baccalaureate degree, we'll waive one of those requirements, and you only need to take 1 humanities course for that. And so that's what the capstone option is. I want to remind everybody as well that if you are joining us on YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook, to go ahead and post up any questions that you may have on the chat. We're monitoring those, and we have some people working behind the scenes as well, helping us get through this. But if you do have questions, please go ahead and get those posted up. Another question, of course, this is probably the big one that we see quite often, especially you had to consider as well too, is looking at coming to SIU, is how much does this cost to continue your education to get this 4-year degree? For a rough general idea on how much is tuition, sometimes don't just look at tuition costs, look at the overall tuition and fees and what's going to be required for your entire education. And so in looking at tuition and fees, typically we recommend to students you want to budget approximately $7,000 a semester in your tuition and your fees. Now, that is also prior to any grants, any financial aid, any scholarships. And so here at SIU, we have a phenomenal financial aid office that will work with you to help you applying for grants, to help you applying for various different types of financial aid. At SIU, we provide over $10 million a year in financial aid, grants, scholarships out to help support our students. And so take a look at that $7,000 that is prior to any of that aid. Another aspect of SIU is once you come to SIU, your tuition is locked in for 4 years. So that means you're not going to be seeing any tuition increases once you start at SIU. And any of you joining us from out of state, if you're connecting to us from, say, Ohio or Michigan or Texas right now, wherever you might be, out-of-state students pay the same tuition rate as in-state students. Here at SIU, we are a global university. We're known for what we produce out of this program. Our graduates are going and finding great career opportunities all across the nation and even internationally. We are a global university. So with that, all students here in the United States transferring in pay the same tuition rate as our in-state students. Anything that both Bogdan, Anna, on tuition, fees, scholarships, anything like that that you guys want to maybe add?
I don't have anything
Okay.
currently.
I mean, I just wanted to say that the process was really easy for me to apply for financial aid. The scholarship application, everything was really easy to find on the website for me.
Okay. And then even in the SIU Automotive program, we have a wide variety of scholarships available to our current students. We work very hard with our industry partners to gather funding each year, and we then take that funding and we provide it out to our students. And so a lot of opportunities for scholarships, and I highly encourage all of our students to make sure that you are applying for scholarships whenever those opportunities are there. Also, if you take a look at our website, which is you can find at automotive.siu.edu, on the left-hand side of the screen, there's actually a link. It says Finances. If you click on that link and you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you'll see another link. It says External Automotive Scholarships. There, we have 2, 3, 4 pages of external scholarships that are out there in the industry, and we highly encourage you to take a look at those and apply for those. The reviewers for these various different scholarships, they love seeing applicants that intend to continue on at SIU, and so take a look at those external scholarships and also considering applying for those whenever you possibly can. We had another couple of questions come in here. First one is, how do I go about enrolling in classes? And a sort of related question with it as well too is, when does advisement start? So how do you go about enrolling for classes? Either you two want to sort of address that one.
For class enrollment, after you meet with your advisor, you would use SalukiNet to sign up for classes, and it's a simple process of doing it. I think it's fairly easy.
Okay. Anna?
I was going to say the same thing. The advisors give you like a list of, I don't know, remember what the numbers for each class. So it's pretty easy just to sign up. You just type in the numbers and then it tells you once you're registered for the classes.
Okay. And so yes, each semester, Anna mentioned our academic advisors. Here at SIU, we have dedicated automotive academic advisors that you will meet with at least once every semester. And there they're going to be talking about the class options. What do you need for your graduation yet? And then once you have that advisement appointment and you've pre-selected the courses, as Bogdan was mentioning, is that you go into a portal, an online portal called SalukiNet. And that's where you'll actually be entering in the codes, things like that, to register for your particular classes. The other part of the question is, when does advisement start? Well, currently right now, our academic advisors are advising our current students. They're going to be wrapping up with that any day here shortly, and they're going to be shifting gears to start looking at advising our new incoming students for both the summer and this coming fall semester. Another question we had come in is, how do I get a tour? So let's talk about that for a moment. SIU Automotive, if you haven't had an opportunity to tour our facility yet, I highly encourage you to take a look at our YouTube channel. We have a YouTube channel called SIU Automotive. Subscribe to that channel. You'll see a lot of different live streams such as this going on today, but we have a facility tour to where you can see a lot of the different labs and activities going on. We have various different videos that our students have produced. Some of our instructors are live streaming out technical instruction out to other parts of our industry out there. So if you want to see what's going on in the day-to-day activities of SIU Automotive, take a look at our YouTube page and our Facebook pages that we have out there. But one way to get a tour, if you can't come and visit us, take a look at us on YouTube with our facility tour. The other piece, if you go to the SIU website, siu.edu, at the very top, there's a link that says Visit. Click on that, and you can scroll through the various different options there, and you can set up a main campus visit, or also at the same time you can schedule a visit to come to SIU Automotive. Now, if you don't want to bypass the main campus tour and you just want to come and tour SIU Automotive and see our facilities and what we have going on, contact us. And you can always contact us directly. Our email address is autotech, AUTOTECH, @siu.edu. You can also contact us anytime with our phone number, 618-453-4024. You'll come in. We have automotive ambassadors that will provide you a tour. We'll sit down, walk through the curriculum with you, things like that. Bogdan, I know you're an automotive ambassador. You actually provide some of those tours. Is that correct?
Yes, I do. Whenever we have families and students coming in, myself and Anna as well, she is a automotive ambassador. We provide tours and we give students our perspective of what's going on here, and they get a chance to ask us questions that they may have forgotten to ask at the beginning, and again, we just give them our perspective of the facility and what we do here.
Okay. Thank you, Bogdan. And again, I want to remind everybody that if you are connecting to us live on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, if you do have questions, please go ahead and put those up. We have several questions to be coming in. But again, if you do have questions, please put those in there. We're monitoring each of those stations there, and we'll get your questions addressed. Another question, I think this could a question possibly for both of you here, Anna and Bogdan, is how was that transition process from your former school? Sometimes it's the unknown a little bit. It's a little bit of a unknown factor. Can you explain how was your transition?
Honestly, before I transferred, I was really nervous because I had no idea what to expect for my classes. But once I started my first class, I felt really welcome, and I was the only person in my whole class that transferred for that class. So I thought I was going to feel out of it. Like I didn't know what everyone else was doing, but I felt it was really easy for me to transition.
Okay, and so yeah, you're coming here to SIU. You may not know anybody when you first come to SIU, but in that transition process, did you make friends and things like that fairly quickly here?
Yeah, it was pretty easy for me to meet new people. I actually knew a few people that have come here already, or they're already have. So I asked a lot of questions, people that I knew, and it was easy for me knowing what they went through, that it'd be easier for me.
Okay, awesome. And then Bogdan, how was your transition process?
I would say I was nervous at first because I really did not know anyone coming down here. I've had friends that graduated in the past, and they've all been long gone. But what I would say is I made friends very quickly. Everyone here, we're like a family, I would say. We get close.
Okay. Some of the things that we do, Bogdan mentioned, we're sort of a family here, and that's true. Once you become an SIU Automotive Saluki, as I mentioned before, we're going to get to know you. You're going to get to know us as faculty, but you're also going to be surrounded by others that have the same passions that you have, that are wanting to learn the same things that you're wanting to learn, wanting to do the same things in the industry that you're wanting to do. And because of that, outside of class, not only are you going to get to know your classmates, but even outside of class, we have numerous activities that students can get involved in. We also have numerous student organizations you can get involved in as well, too. We'll start with Bogdan about student organizations. Do either of you want to sort of mention a little bit about some student stuff, activities that you do outside of class?
Yes, for outside of class, we do have our automotive technology organization, and that's basically our auto club. And within that, we have multiple teams, such as our drag racing team, our restoration team, our autocross team. And again, we also have a second drag racing team that we're currently working on building up.
Okay, and so students get together and have a passion on wanting to work on race cars and drive race cars and do those types of activities, go to car shows, hanging out outside of class, things like that. Anna, some of the other activities that you might be involved in outside of class.
I'm a member of WAT, which is the Women in Automotive Transportation Technology, and I don't know, we haven't really done much this past semester because I only transferred when COVID first started, so I'm not sure exactly what they did before, but just recently we just had a fundraiser, and we donated to, I think, a women's shelter near here, and then we split the funds, so part of it went to us and then part of it went to them.
Yeah, that's great. As Anna mentioned, the WAT group, which is the Women in Automotive Transportation Technology, this is the nation's only automotive women's focused organization at a university that you'll find. And so that group It's focused at helping support individual females that are interested in pursuing great career opportunities that we have available in our industry. And they do a lot of other activities. I know last year they did a competition with pretzels and making different shapes and stuff out of pretzels. They did a pumpkin carving contest, I think, earlier this year as well, too, in the fall semester, and fundraisers. And then prior to COVID, and hopefully shortly after COVID, they go on industry tours, and they have executives come in and talk to them, and they get to go and see different aspects of our industry. Another question that came in is, do you offer internship or job placement assistance? So internship and job placement. Here at SIU, we do have numerous companies that are engaging with our students in a wide variety of ways. After COVID, restrictions hopefully open up, we'll have more companies visiting us, but pre-COVID, we had approximately 3 to 4 corporations here a week engaging with our students. These companies will come in, they'll talk about, hey, this is who we are, these are our corporate values, these are the types of positions that we're looking to hire individuals for. These are some of the types of internships that we're looking to hire individuals for. Here's the career progression that our company has for you once you join with us. And at the same time, they'll say, here's a couple of students that graduated last year that are working with us full time. Here's a couple of students that interned with us last year, and they can sort of explain what's going on, what's happening. But so we do have a lot of companies that come in. I recommend students go to as many of those information sessions as they possibly can. The other aspect is getting prepped and ready for these interviews. And part of that is at the very beginning of each semester, we'll do a resume writing seminar and interviewing seminars. One, to get your resume prepped and ready, because we'll push the companies back to about week 3 or week 4. But after about week 3 or 4, we're going to have a flood of companies wanting to engage with you, to start asking to see your resume, to start selecting students for interviews. It starts with getting a well-developed resume. And so we have some resume writing seminars that we'll put in specifically just for automotive. Then we'll also do some interviewing prep seminars. You have to get yourself prepared for the types of interviews that to expect. Now, the industry knows what you're going to be learning here at SIU. They understand the quality of the education that you're going to be receiving. And so they may not really be asking you a lot of technical questions or questions about the industry, but what they are going to be asking you are what are called situational-based or behavioral-based types of questions, such as they're going to give you a situation. Give me a time when you were working with an individual and that person wasn't pulling their weight. That person wasn't contributing to the team. Tell me about that situation. What did you do about that? And then what were the results from that? What did you learn from that? So the companies are wanting to see, how do you think? How do you react? How do you behave? Are the types of questions. And so do we offer internship job placement assistance? Yes, we do. We also have a dedicated career placement office as well on the main campus that will also work with a wide variety of different companies. They also provide mock interviews for you. So if you want to practice those interviewing skill sets, we have that availability as well too. And so continuing on, we had a couple other questions.
I've got one
Yep.
that's a little longer, so I'm just going to interject from the side.
Okay, yep.
Yep. The question is, wondering about the amounts of classes that differ from the ones that I have and will complete at my current college.
Okay. And so,
So is there advanced portions of those at SIU? That's why I'm...
okay. All right, so the question, we just had a question come in, was explaining to me here. The question was, what is the amount of courses that come in? What's the difference between the courses that I might be taking at my community college and that I would maybe be taking at SIU? And so your general education classes, we have a transfer list of those particular courses. So if you took an English 101 course at the community college that will transfer in for the English 101 requirement here at SIU, you do not have to take that English 101 class here at SIU. Did both of you have some general education classes, I assume, that came in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I transferred with all of my general education classes complete down here.
Okay. And then Anna, probably in your associate degree, you probably had 4 or so, 5 of your general education classes that transferred in as well, too.
Yeah, I actually didn't complete my associate's degree, so
Oh, okay.
technically I transferred in as a sophomore.
Okay. All right. So, but yeah, that's the general education classes. And now the other part of the question was, how do the courses from the community college differ from what you'll be taking at SIU? At the community college, they're doing a great job getting you prepped and trained on how to diagnose, how to repair, how to maintain cars, trucks, pieces of equipment. Coming into SIU, you will have the opportunity to be taking at a minimum 15 credit hours of our upper level advanced technical courses. We offer more upper level technical classes than any other program out there, by far. We have more upper level technical classes than you can actually even take in 4 years. And so here's now where you have to go back and assess, what did you learn? What would you like to learn more about? And then take a look at the courses that we offer, and you can start selecting and picking and choosing the upper level technical classes you want to take. So if you think that, you know, hey, I learned quite a bit about transmissions, but maybe I want to take a transmission course that I didn't get an opportunity maybe to rebuild CVT transmissions, or maybe I didn't get an opportunity to be going through the new 12-speed automatic transmissions. Well, we have an automatic transmission class that's focused on that stuff. Or maybe you want to learn, you may be coming from an automotive program, maybe you want to see what are some of the opportunities in the medium and heavy duty truck market or the diesel market. Well, we have courses that are focused on advanced diesel fuel and emission systems, advanced truck networking systems you can take. Maybe you want to learn about, Bogdan mentioned Rivian. Rivian's a new startup electric vehicle manufacturer. Maybe you want to take a course that's focused on hybrid and electric vehicles, or maybe a course that's focused directly on just electrical propulsion systems. Or if you want to take a course that's focused on autonomous vehicles, we have those types of classes available. So you do have these advanced courses in a multitude of different areas. Coming into some of those courses, we're going to typically first baseline everybody. We might review for a little bit, make sure everybody understands the fundamentals, and then we're going to be jumping in and going quickly into all the advanced technology. Another aspect of courses that you will be taking at SIU is your automotive business and management classes. And you'll have a minimum of 15 credit hours here. These courses will be things such as parts center management, automotive financial management, automotive fixed operations management, warranty administration, customer relations types of courses, automotive data management. How do we manage data? How do we use data to pull out numbers that we need to manage the business, whatever it might be? Are any of you taken some of the automotive business and management classes? Let's go there.
Yes, I have. I've completed all but one of the business management courses. I am currently in the warranty course, and all the classes are they show you the intricate inner workings of what it's like to own a business, or if you were to advise a dealership. It's fairly interesting to learn.
Okay. And then Anna?
Right now I'm actually in the technical communications class, and then I'm also in the data systems one. And I think both of them are very helpful because I never even thought about that there would be a specific course just for technical communications.
Right. And these are automotive specific. So these are taught by the automotive faculty. They're focused on the industry that you're interested in going into. And so everything you're going to be doing, you're all in while you're here at SIU Automotive. You're going to be immersed into this industry coming into this program. And so hopefully that addressed that question that came in there for that one. We also had another question related towards what other types of things am I going to need at SIU to be bringing. And specifically, they were talking about tools. Are there tool requirements for students coming to SIU? Either you want to address that.
Yes, there is a tool list that is provided. It's basic tools, hand wrenches, screwdrivers, pliers, all of which I believe they are listed on our website. And there are also toolkits I believe that students can purchase if they need to as well. I built my own tool set and brought it down here based on that list. But everyone is different, I guess, in terms of tools.
And now, Anna, I believe your community college, when you were there, they did not require students to have tools. Is that correct, or did you have to have them?
I had my own tools, but they also had like a tool place where you could just rent them all you needed. But I was a technician before, so I pretty much had everything I needed before transferring. But I spent a lot of money on it, so I would recommend anybody that's transferring to look into the tool packages instead. It seems like it'd be the cheaper option for a student to do.
Yes, and so we do have available, Anna mentioned, look at the packages that we have. On our website, automotive.siu.edu, which is the automotive website, you'll see a program information link in the upper left-hand corner. If you click on that, you'll find as you go through that some our tool packages or required tool list. And if you look at that, you'll also see required tool list is primarily your wrenches, sockets, screwdrivers, pliers, your basic hand tool set, and a digital voltometer, very important. But also there's some discount packages that we have set up with various different tool vendors. They range in value as well on those, but some of those you may have upwards of 50-55% discounts. And so as Anna was mentioning, take a look at some of those tool packages. If you are interested in purchasing tools, make sure you purchase them while you're a student because you do get a pretty good discount through the various different tool vendors while you are a student. The other thing with those tools is we do like to see a small roll-around cart for the students. And that is included in each of those packages. But if you wanted to, on the low end, probably value lined on tools, you can get by for roughly $1,000. If you wanted to go more to the higher line of tools, such as like maybe a Snap-on or Mac, there you're looking at around the $2,800, $3,000 type of a range for the required tools that would be necessary. Now those do come as well with a rolling tool box or cart on that. And you're going to be taking classes at the SIU Transportation Education Center. This is an extremely large facility. To give you a rough idea, our main hallway, when you look at our video of our tour that you'll see online on our YouTube channel, if you watch that main hallway, that's over 2.5 football fields in length, just that one main hallway. And so we're actually broadcasting to you live right now from one of our labs, and we have this is approximately 12,000 square foot. We have 3 labs at 12,000 square foot. Then we have multiple smaller labs as well for component labs like engine lab, transmission lab, electrical lab, fuels lab are also scattered here throughout the facility. So a fairly large facility, and you're going to need to be able to move your tools from one end of the building for a period of time to the other end of the building for a period of time, depending upon what classes that you're in and where you're going to be taking those particular classes. Will this video be available later for viewing? I'm going to ask that question to Mr. Boyle, who's behind the screens there. Yep, and he just gave me the thumbs up. Yes, this will be available. We are recording it and on both Facebook and YouTube. It will be available up there for you to view at a later time. Also, if you have a parent or a relative, something like that, that wants to also see a little bit about SIU Automotive, make sure that they know that that video is up there and they can watch that as well too. And if you do have questions later on, again, you can always contact us on email at automotive, at autotech, AUTOTECH, at siu.edu, or our phone number is 618-453-4024. another question here. Transportation between main campus and the automotive facility. And so here we're talking about the Transportation Education Center. And we're approximately 7 miles from the main SIU campus. This facility is so large that we need to be off main campus a little bit. And so we're about 15-minute drive away. Is there transportation? And the answer is yes, that you can get by without a vehicle here at SIU. We have a free bus service that provides transportation for students not only all around the main campus, but also throughout the Carbondale community. And in fact, the free bus service actually provides free transportation to some of the larger metropolitan areas, like St. Louis as well too, with select routes on that. And so one of the bus routes that if you wanted to take the bus to our facility, it's a free bus service. It runs back and forth between main campus and our facility every hour. However, I see that students, some students do take the bus, but how do you guys actually get here to class?
I drive myself to class as well. I brought my vehicle down here.
Okay.
Yeah, I drive too.
Okay, so yeah, you can have your own vehicle here at SIU, and you can drive yourself. You do have to have a parking permit to be parking on the main campus. However, you do not need to have a parking permit to be parking at our facility at the Transportation Education Center. I think one of the things too that I see oftentimes with students is they carpool. You'll make friends pretty quickly here and say they'll start grouping together, save a little bit of gas money, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
On that. Okay, another question that came in that we have, what is campus like? And I think we can probably address this question really in sort of two pieces. Let's first talk about the automotive facility. What is the automotive facility like for you guys? What did I not explain?
Oh, everything was explained. I think you have to see it to better understand it, but everything you've covered so far has been spot on. It is a very nice facility. We keep it very clean, and you won't see anything really broken around here.
Okay, and then Anna, anything else you'd like to add about the automotive facilities?
You covered everything, but I would recommend getting a tour. I didn't get a tour before I transferred here, and I wished I did. Like, I was already excited, but like being here for the first time, it was even more exciting.
Okay, so yes, we'd already talked about getting a tour. We do have tours available if you want to contact us for a tour. The other thing about, you can sort of see behind me a little bit, actually we're coming to you in one of our fuels labs right now, but you can see is that we have a variety of different cars, trucks, pieces of equipment. We try to maintain approximately 140 different training vehicles, ranging from, I know we just got in a 2021 Denali, just recently came in, as well as 3 new Silverado diesel pickup trucks, to where you'll also be seeing other vehicles like Volts, electric Priuses. You'll also see things such as Corvettes. You'll see Fords to Toyotas to Nissans to Chryslers and Dodges to, there's a Lexus sitting right there. You name it. We've got a wide variety of different cars, trucks, pieces of equipment here for students to have access to. The other piece is also the tools and the equipment that you're going to be needing to be learning about the advanced diagnostics, to be learning about and developing problem-based learning, creative thinking skills. And that's going to require things such as picoscopes, diagnostic oscilloscopes, diagnostic tools, and we have a wide variety of that as well throughout this facility. Now, the other part of campus, so that was the automotive campus. What about main campus? What's main campus like? I know you guys probably don't spend too much time on main campus. You probably spend most of your time here immersed in automotive, but what is main campus like?
I would say the student center is awesome, along with having a bowling alley there, having a pool hall there, and it's fairly affordable if it's something you want to do. But besides that, I haven't really spent too much time on main campus.
Yeah, you're going to spend most of your time in automotive, focused in your automotive technical and your automotive business and management classes. which are all taught here at the automotive facility. Now, you did mention the student center. You mentioned the bowling alley. I know you guys actually did some of the automotive groups. You actually did, what was it, a cosmic bowling night or something like that?
Yes, we had a bowling event for all the ATO members and new students, kind of to introduce them to ATO and sort of give them a chance to make new friends and get to know people as well.
Okay. So, yeah, we do a lot of different events outside of class, such as Bogdan mentioned the student center, so I thought we'd talk about that. And then, Anna, what classes do you have on main campus? Do you
I haven't had any classes in person.
Oh, you lucky,
On
aren't you?
campus.
You're very
All
lucky.
of them have been online.
So, yeah, main campus, that's where, of course, the library, the student center, financial aid office, things like that. So there's everything that you need to be successful at SIU we have. We also have a student recreation center. And the student recreation center, if we have Olympic swimming and diving pools there, if you want to pick up a basketball game, racquetball courts, yoga, you name it, there's all kinds of classes. I noticed, I think it was last year, they did an inner tube water polo competition for fun. But any of you guys use the student center at all? I mean the rec center.
The rec center, not so much.
Okay.
No.
You get exercise working on cars and trucks.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. And then the other piece we sort of alluded to a little bit is some of the activities outside of class. Bogdan was talking about bowling, but we also just recently did a Pinewood Derby competition with many of our students. So if any of you were in Boy Scouts or something like that, Cub Scouts, and you participated in Pinewood Derby, you sort of have an idea, but basically you can get a small little wooden kit with some wheels and nails, and we had students design up different Pinewood cars. We have a Pinewood Derby track, and we had a competition, and a race essentially, to see who can design sort of the fastest vehicle. However, there were a multitude of different awards. We had awards for the best creative design. We had awards for the best SIU spirited type of design of a vehicle. But then also we had a multitude of different classes. So if you're familiar with Pinewood Derby, we had a stock class, but then building upon that, we actually had a modified class where you were allowed extra weight and extra modifications. And then on top of that, we actually had an outlaw class, which was pretty much a no rules type of a of a Pinewood Derby. I remember there were Pinewood Derby cars with mouse traps and CO2 charged cartridges on them, and
It was quite interesting to actually see that one. It took a few tries to get it going, but it was pretty fast.
once it went down the track, it went down the track
Oh, yeah.
pretty quickly. And so here at SIU, you're going to make friends. I guarantee you're going to make friends that you're going to have for probably the rest of your life. And so don't worry if you're the only one coming from your particular school. Sometimes I would recommend to students, ask around in your classmates, hey, are you thinking about continuing on at SIU or something like that? And maybe look at transferring with a friend. That can help provide opportunities. The other thing, though, is coming here, even if you may not know anybody right off the bat, you will get to know a lot of people real quickly. We do a lot of different events, a lot of different things to help get you engaged, not only into the industry, but also into our program with that. We also had a question come into an email earlier as well, was housing. What are some of the housing options? I'm going to toss this over to Bogdan and Anna. What are some of the housing options that you sort of looked at when you were thinking about coming to SIU?
I knew I had to live off campus because I have a dog.
Okay.
So first thing, I just went on like Zillow, and I was just looking for an apartment, and I found one pretty easily, and that's basically, I've been there ever since.
Okay. And Bogdan?
I did the same thing. I live off campus, and you will find rental places around Carbondale as well. I know you can also live on SIU housing as well. Live in the dorm rooms. So it's more up to you, especially as a transfer student, of where you want to live and if you can have roommates, that's the better option, I would say.
Yep, help share some of the expense a little bit.
Yes, it does.
Okay. And so some of the options, if you want, you can also contact us and we can send you some information and some recommendations on housing. But throughout the Carbondale area, of course, there's various different value points on housing depending upon what amenities that you want. But there are a multitude of different apartment complexes, townhomes, things like that, all around the Carbondale community, all around the Carbondale campus. And so there's a multitude. You'll see a lot of transfer students staying at those, staying off campus, because they may have a dog or they may want to have other roommates, things like that. What kind of dog do you have, by the way?
She's a German Shepherd mix.
Oh, so a pretty big dog, a German Shepherd
She's actually
mix.
only like 50 pounds, but
Okay.
for some reason.
Okay. All right. And so, yeah, you can stay off campus, bring your dog, bring your friend with you. Bogdan also mentioned on-campus housing. So coming in as a transfer student, if you're looking for sort of the simple and easy type of an aspect, we do have housing for transfer students as well. We have a wide variety of different housing options, from apartments to actually individualized rooms in the residence halls. Going into a residence hall, most people are like, well, maybe I don't want to go to a residence hall because it has that old dorm type of a stigma a little bit. But our residence halls, you actually get a single room. You actually will have your own sink in your room. The room, most of the students that we talk to, that room is larger than the room that they have at their home. And so actually in the room, it has 2 beds, 2 dressers, 2 closets in an individual room. And so it's a fairly large room. So you can bunk the beds or whatever you want to do. So if you have a friend or something like that that wants to come and hang out with you over a weekend, they don't have to sleep on the floor. You got an extra bed right then there for them. The other aspect with staying inside the residence halls is that you have a lot of pieces on, you get free internet, you don't have to worry about utility bills, and as well you get the Saluki Dining Anytime plan, which you can go to any of the dining centers and sort of get whatever you want at any time. There's a multitude of different food options with those various different housing pieces. And so, want to remind everybody, if you do have questions, we are trying to monitor the chat on our YouTube channel, which is SIU Automotive on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, take a look and go ahead and subscribe to that, because that way you can get notice of any new videos that we have that we're going to be posting up. And we typically post something up each week on that YouTube channel. So that way you can get notification of that if you subscribe to our channel. And if you go to our Facebook page, you can always search SIUC Automotive Technology on Facebook and go ahead and follow us on that. So if you want to see what our students are doing day in, day out, take a look at those 2 social media pages. We also have some of the various different student groups. I know the Automotive Technology Organization, the Off-Road Club, the Women in Automotive Transportation Technology Group. They also have their own various different Facebook pages that you can take a look at. I know they see a lot of different activity. They're looking at getting together this weekend to do this or that, or look for volunteers to help them out. I know that the Automotive Technology Organization, you guys were at the football game this past weekend. Is that correct?
Yes, we were there as volunteers for the concession stands. It's a way we raise money for all of our projects as well.
Okay, and so they were there watching the Salukis, the football team, play and selling hot dogs and popcorn and everything else that they may have. But again, it's a good fundraiser. So our different student organizations, they have a wide variety of different fundraisers all the time to help fuel their passion on different things, such as with the automotive technology is somehow they have to buy the $10 a gallon fuel that Chevy Nova 2 drag car burns, it seems like. But yeah, there's a multitude of different activities like that you can get involved in. Again, we'll sort of go through introductions again here, but my name is Mike Bierman, and I am the director of the School of Automotive at Southern Illinois University. And joining us, we have 2 students. We'll start here with Bogdan.
My name is Bogdan Sabatos. I am a transfer student from Harper College. I transferred in the fall of 2019.
Okay, and then Anna.
My name's Anna. I transferred from Waubonsee Community College last semester, so this is my second semester, and I'm a junior now.
Okay. And so I want to thank both of you for joining us here today and answering some of the questions that have come in. Again, we will be posting this video up, so you can go back, take a look at it again. Take a look at some of our other videos on our YouTube channel if you want to see what's going on. But we'll go ahead and we'll probably look at starting to Yep, that's right. And we have another, we're going to be doing this again at 5:30 tonight on the same YouTube, Facebook channels. And with that, I think we're going to probably start wrapping it up here a little bit. I know we've been on for, it looks like approximately an hour here, answered a lot of questions. Thank you to everybody that did post up questions. If you didn't get an opportunity, again, you can email us, call us with any of your questions, and we'll work at getting those answered. But we talked about a lot of the different career opportunities, the transition process, what is life like at SIU on that. And so if you think of something, feel free to send us a question and we'll work on getting that answered for you. Again, thank you for joining us today. And with that, I think we'll go ahead and we'll sign off. Thank to the folks behind the screens as well, too, helping monitor the chat. We got Mr. Boyle, Mr. Talley back there as well, helping out with some of these things. And so with that, thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.